Your call sounded urgent.
With good reason. I've analyzed the alien's DNA. There are 47 genetic markers identical to those found in human DNA.
That's more than coincidence.
I thought so too. I ran a search for those markers in Earth's paleontological database. Take a look at this.
Incredible.
That's one way of putting it.
It says here that those markers appeared in hundreds of Earth species, dating back tens of millions of... Their species evolved on Earth?
Apparently so. And from the look of it, you and he are distant cousins.
There's probably a joke I could say about that. About Janeway being a lizard. Didn't she like turn into a lizard and fuck Paris? Tom Paris? Didn't Tom Paris and her devolve back into lizards and fuck? Imagine their kid that Janeway and Tom Paris had as those devolved lizard creatures. Yeah, they went to Warp 10, I think. Okay, either way, that was the dinosaur up. The clip we just heard was the space. We're going to be talking about space dinosaurs tonight. Everybody, tonight is Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. It's 10 p.m., my dudes. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your alcohol is? I gotta spruce up the studio here. I kind of like this studio that I'm working in. I don't know if you're watching this video, if you're on Twitch. I also have to start to multi-stream. Getting kind of tired of just streaming live on Twitch. But then I'm gonna have to like tie in the maybe I could get the sewer pipe working in YouTube and Kick and everything. Is Kick cool? Rumble? Where should I Twitch? YouTube? I gotta expand my audience. I need a bigger audience. And to get a bigger audience, you gotta spread, kind of like herpes or something, right? Tonight we're drinking. We got a big old 4-pack of Guinness Stout, Drought Stout. It actually does say Drought and Stout on it. Stream live on X. It eats up more processing power though, right? Like my streaming brains that are covered in mayonnaise still works. We got here. We got Corey Fingers posting something. Let's see what Corey's posting. Everybody stop the show. We're going to the Discord. Oh, look at that. Corey Fingers is ready with... That looks like a very tasty cock. Let's open this Guinness. Keep your beer with you. Yeah, I see some McCormick back there. Very big McCormick fan. It's a hen. Hen versus cock. Now, I usually don't keep my alcohol with my seasonings. It's, I like cold beer. I like to have my beer pretty cold. I would drink warm beer, but even I'm not that homeless. You know, I'm pretty homeless, but I'm not that homeless. I live in the sewer and everything. But you know, wow, I really just can't keep focus on one thing. Maybe I need to give Vito Giswaldi a call so he can hook me up with some of that meth. If I could concentrate. Hey, look, tunnel rats in the sewer too. Everybody's here tonight. This is great. Say this background. I want to change it up. I want to brighten it up a little bit. It's looking a little dingy in the sewer. I want to give it some more life, but I kind of like it. You know, you gotta change it up every now and then, right? Change is hard. Um, there's another package onto the PO box. Is it more of that? I think it was Radix. I don't think Baron Spuds the Mighty is Radix. I don't know. I just see names, usernames of everybody. I don't have faces and phone numbers and addresses and DNA samples and social security numbers of everybody out there. But yeah, I had some of that cheese. That was some fucking really good spreadable cheese. Oof! I slapped it on some burgers, some tuna steak, my balls, everywhere. Really good. Okay. So we talked about the sewer. We talked about my balls. It's probably the whole show. We're done. Okay. Okay. But tonight we will be discussing, and I'll be discussing why we're discussing this. I think I've realized something about who I am and why I am doing this. And instead of beating around the bush, I'll just talk about that now. I've got notes. Where are my notes? You think notes are going to really help you? Like, close the notes. We don't need the notes. Maybe actually get the notes. There's got to be something in here. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. So a lot of the I love Art Bell. Art Bell is a keystone in my life. I've listened to tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of Art Bell ever since I was a wee little rat on a little radio, just flipping through the dial. You find some weird guys talking about aliens, you're gonna stay there while you're playing your little Sonic games and shit. You're listening to Art Bell talking about abductions and stuff. Fast forward to today, a lot of people started coming out with radio shows and stuff like Art Bell, and they kind of focused their show on being a skeptic. I think that was like a thorn in my foot, kind of like I stepped on that word, like being a skeptic. Like, oh man, I got to be everybody being a skeptic is cool. Like, but that's not what Art Bell was doing. Art Bell was not being he was skeptical of some things, of course. Like he tried to keep it normalized, but he didn't stop the discourse, or just be like, no, that's dumb, and hang out. He would listen to people. He was not a traditional skeptic. Most skeptics are like, oh yeah, this is not gonna happen. That's some bullshit. Fuck you, that's stupid. Hell no. And I think because I am a skeptic. I definitely have that blood in me. Like I love physics. I love science. But I also know that physics and science can be broken completely, and we don't know everything. And that opens the door to everything. And to believe that only science exists makes you a weak, feeble person. So the skeptical part of me is strong because I do enjoy science and I believe in science. I think if I drink this beer, I will pee out this beer later. And then if I drink that, I will pee that out. Okay, either way, what I'm trying to say is that I have to realize that I'm more of like a fantast, or a speculative thinker, or maybe like a cosmic contemplator or creative theorist. I have to land on something. Because Because when I made the show, I was like, wow, I got to be a skeptic. But then I was like, but I don't want to be a skeptic. Being a skeptic is boring. It's stupid. It's kind of dumb. But I am stupid and dumb, and I am a skeptic still. Like, people are like, oh, you know, we're going to go to Mars. I'm like, no. Dumb. We're not going to, there's maybe I'm going to Mars. Maybe they'll send a rat there or a monkey. But probably not, because I think, you know, the animal testing is pretty much done. I don't think they're sending any more monkeys to space. But maybe India will do it. Maybe India will send a monkey to Mars. I believe that will happen before anybody sends a human there. Maybe in like 300 years. If we ever get like some weird, crazy replicator technology where we could build a fucking atmosphere, then we're going to be doing a lot more than just Mars. So we probably wouldn't even go to Mars at that point anyway. At the point of having the technology to terraform Mars, I think we're going to have the technology to just create matter willy-nilly, and we'll make our own Mars. We have a base there already, Trey from Philly. See, instead of being a skeptic, I have to embrace the other part. The other part of me where I can say, maybe we will get to, maybe we've been to Mars already, because I can't, but it's very strange how it's the yin yang. The balance is broken. Everybody has a broken balance inside them. Because right now, even though I am a skeptic about people going to Mars, well, maybe that's where we came from. Maybe we came from Mars, so people have already been there. A possibility. Yeah, there we go. That's what I should be. I should think of the possibilities. I should. All right, we're going to take a quick music break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about dinosaurs leaving the planet, hopping on spaceships that they made, and where they are today. Got side-located with Orion. I don't know if they're at Orion, but, you know. That was a weird ending to the song. I was really digging that. And then that ending kind of like glitched out. I like how my podcast keeps coming down to this, but hey, if you're watching the video, you'll see that I'm wearing a Cyclones hat. And Cyclones is a baseball team. I went to watch some baseball. I've never been to a baseball game before, or any sports. That was like the first sports game I've ever been to. Sports ball was going to see the Cyclones at Coney Island, if you could believe it. I wonder, am I alone out there? Is anybody else listening never been to a sports ball game? Or I don't like sports, so I don't really. What I learned about baseball, though, there's a lot of squinting going on, and that's why they got like baseball hats and stuff, because there's the sunlight is always going in their eyes. They're squinting. If you think about like the baseball cards, if you think about, I've seen baseball cards. Okay, if you look at those, everybody in baseball cards, they're always squinting. You see all the baseball players, they're squinting. There's a lot of that going on. You got the sun, and then when you're trying to see the ball, you hit the. I was squinting trying to see where the fuck of the ball was. I couldn't see that shit hitting that thing. It's like that, and a lot of squinting going on. I don't know. Fun enough game to get stoned at, hang out for a while. June. It's June too, right? June. So we got what's going on this month? We got Men's Health Awareness Month. When is Women's Health Awareness? Is there a let me check this out. What month is Women's Health Awareness? Women's Health Awareness Month. May. Oh, last month was Women's Health Awareness. Oh, fuck. Well, now I feel like an asshole for not talking about that last month. Well, I don't have a vagina, okay? I don't really, so I don't really get a lot of news articles to my email about women's health awareness. But this is where men's health awareness. Is it men's? Is it men's health awareness? Men's health, or is it something else? Awareness month. Yeah, men's. June is recognized as Men Health Awareness Month. And I'm a dude, so I think that we should talk about men's health awareness, as well as dinosaurs going to outer space tonight, which we have a lot to talk about that. But let's promote some healthy lifestyles. Nick Thrat. Well, make sure you stick your finger in your butt and feel around for marbles, right? Is that what they do? Like, why don't the doctors ever tell you what they're looking for in there? You know, the prostate cancer thing, how deep are they going? What if you go to a doctor and his fingers are really small? Is that better or worse for your health? They like if on the commercial, like if there was commercials on TV that were like, well, when you're getting older, you gotta get your prostate checked. Why don't they just put like a diagram and what you're looking for in there. Like, instead of, why don't they teach you? Why don't they teach you how to do prostate checks on like on commercial breaks in between, the View and stuff. There's there's all this stuff about, you always see the titties and on how to, like, I know how to rub a titty to find like a lump, but I don't know how to finger an ass to find, I don't even know what they're looking for. Is it lumps? We need more awareness about this, I think. I think that is important. I think Tom Green should, maybe he already did, come out and talk about how he knew he had testicular cancer. Rest in peace, Tom Green's testicle. I almost said Tom Sawyer's testicle. Looking for polyps or speed bumps, ribbed. See, but don't you like that? Shouldn't it be? Don't you want it to be more ribbed? So, but also that's like your like intestines. Aren't your intestines already ribbed? Okay, that's. But also, like, because they always want to send you to, they always want, like, maybe these doctors just like fingering assholes or something. They're like, hey, go to the doctor, let him do that. Like, what's wrong with my own? Like, I can't get my own finger to where I gotta go to do what I gotta do, or they. Also, mental health is super duper important. Life just keeps going on. Like, this podcast is destroying my mental health, I think, definitely. Which is kind of fun in a way, because it's being documented as I go deeper into the sewer. But what a tangled web we weave. The stories that you build are not always good. They're usually, it's pretty fucking shitty, man. But it's also, also hilarious. There's comedy and drama, they go together. You gotta, the brain is built for now. It's a very good tool to get through current situations. It's not very good at dealing with past situations. It is useful, not to stick your dick in a blender because of your brain, but also, you don't want to keep remembering what that lady in the alley said to you about your shoes. It's just really hurt. You keep thinking about that, and you think about where she is, and why you were wearing those shoes, and but it's and sometimes you just gotta talk to somebody about what happened to you, so they could tell you some fucked up shit. It's always seems to be life. Life is a lot of yin yanging going on. I get really I get really depressed when I think about like houses. Like, how am I gonna buy a house? I live in the sewer. I don't make too much money from all the corporate peckers. Wait, we got a call coming in. Hello, caller. How are you doing? How are you tonight?
Groovy, man. How are you?
Can you lower your radio just a tad? I'm doing I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice day,
Good.
nice night. It's live,
Yeah.
right?
So we're talking about dinosaurs?
In space, nonetheless.
I
I
saw an interview with an alien recently, and he said dinosaurs were in space.
You saw an interview with an alien?
Yeah.
Was Tom Cruise in that? Brad Pitt? That'd be cool.
No, it's Bashar. You know who Bashar is, right?
Yeah, from Star Trek, Deep Space Nine.
No, he's this dude that like hangs out and goes to like conferences and places like I guess like Sedona, and he's always like wearing Hawaiian shirts, but he channels aliens.
There
But
he is.
he's pretty, yeah, for sure.
Let me
He's
see.
always
Holy moly! No, I have never seen. He looks like he. Okay, he is an alien.
dude. He's like raw. He's like Buddha or somebody, and he's channeling aliens and people. He goes to conferences and you can ask him concerts or questions. You know,
Holy!
I can't believe he's not at Comic-Con every year. He's the best.
I gotta.
He's been around for years. You never heard of this guy?
I've never. No, I think I might have heard of him, but I don't think I've ever seen him before. But I don't think I'll ever forget him now.
Oh yeah, he's got hours of content. He's amazing. Everything's cool, man. Like all this stuff that's happening, it's because it's got to, and there is a spiritual war going on, and we have a base on Mars, and people used to live on Mars, and the moon is, kind of a hollow station for meetings. He's the best. He's amazing.
Man, I'm gonna have to.
I can't believe Zindu's fucking kept this guy from you.
I guess so.
Why are we?
Science, yeah.
You're in the zone when you're doing something you love to do, when you're acting on your passion.
You know what he kind of reminds me of?
As a artist, a musician, an athlete.
That who's that comedian guy? Howie Mandel.
He looks a little bit like Howie.
A teacher, whatever. When you're doing something you're so absorbed in that you don't even notice the passage of time, you're in a channeling state, which is gamma in the brain between 40 and 100 cycles per second.
All right, I'm gonna have to put. Yeah, I like this.
There are hours of clip breaks from him. He's the best. The base on Mars. I'm not making stuff up over here. I'm checking out what the experts have to say.
Well, this is why I never doubt you, because sometimes you say things and then I'm like, nah. And then I'm like, huh. And then I look and then I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's blissful ignorance is amazing. It's bliss, being aware is kind of a burden.
Well,
it's like sucking.
Yeah, but also being aware is very relaxing. Like you might have
you don't
fear.
give a shit.
If you have fear, like if you're seeing something and it makes you scared, but if you understand what it is and then you're not scared of it, then it's good to not be ignorant sometimes. But ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, unless you have empathy for humanity. You know what I mean? It's like, that person's thirsting to death times 10,
Oh yeah, well that was part of the sometimes I feel like I'm not doing good enough, and then I see other people around me, seeing them doing even worse, and that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I guess Schadenfreude is good. I'm an empathist. I get sad inside. I don't know. I wish I could be like, at least I'm not sucking sewer water. I feel bad for them people too.
No, I do too. Now you're ruining my one hopeful outlook. my one hopeful outlook is like, at least I'm not sucking down sewer water. But now you're right. I do feel bad for these people too, and yeah, so it just all sucks. Why do some people have it so good?
That's part of the struggle, right? That's like part of the struggle.
Yeah, well, I guess it's God giving you that challenge, right?
Right, yeah, I think it is. It's part of the struggle. I don't know. It's the only way I can deal with it. Because it's like, I would, because what do? Do you arm up and go stopping people from not being able to have water? Do you provide wells?
Well, you need the government's too big. They stop you from doing anything that helps people.
Well, now I know people building wells, but I'm just saying, That's just a case sample.
Are they some legal wells? Are they out there
Yeah.
digging? They're digging
Yeah,
illegal
and
holes?
water filters and fucking whole like remediation projects. I know people. I get little emails, and I help. I tried to help and give people good solutions and stuff, but you know, it's hard. But if you can just amplify a little bit of yourself into a positive thing, that's kind of what your show is, I think.
Well, yeah, it's it's free. I'm trying to spread culture. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, you're doing a great job at that. There's some things being cultured. I like the music.
That's like the best part. I like that part too.
Yeah.
There's some good ones tonight. There's some good ones.
But look, so hold on. What size dinosaurs are we talking about in space? We talking about water bears?
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you where I was going with this. So, the dinosaurs that are here that we see, they obviously were not able to build like the skeletons, the way their hands are. The skeptic in me was like, they can't build shit with those things. They got the claws. You can't make a spaceship. But then I realized that those dinosaurs are not the real dinosaurs. There's the lizard people. There was an evolved dinosaur that was a lizard person that left Earth and came back to Earth. They're coming back now because of mayonnaise. They can't make mayonnaise because they don't have eggs, and they want it. So they're coming back to Earth now.
Pretty sure lizards have eggs.
What?
I mean, lizards lay eggs, bro.
Yeah, but they're not yolky. You can't make mayo out of lizard egg. Have you ever had lizard mayo?
No, but now it's something I have to try, you know?
I'm going to ask AI if that is possible.
The turtles are laying their eggs because the moon's gone away.
Can you make mayo with lizard eggs? And the answer, old buddy. Okay, let's see here. Why I hate when these things talk to me like I'm their old buddy. I'm not your old buddy, dude. But we're gonna.
Old buddy.
Oh no!
I love where your head's at, but making mayo with lizard eggs crosses from culinary curiosity into I may be summoning an ancient god by accident territory. Technically speaking, you could make mayonnaise with any egg that has a yolk and white. So in theory, yes, if you had fresh, clean lizard eggs and they were safe to eat, which is a huge if, they could emulsify oil just like chicken eggs do. But lizard eggs are usually soft-shelled, leathery, not hard,
See, they can't do it.
which makes them more prone to contamination. Food safety would be a nightmare. Most aren't raised or harvested for consumption. Salmonella
What do you
risk
think the vinegar's
through
for?
the roof. Flavor and texture could be weird. Nobody's really tried this on purpose and lived to yelp about it. So unless you're trying to cook for a cryptid or host a culinary seance, I'd stick to the chickens. But if you want a paranormal mayo recipe segment for your show, I'm locked and loaded. Want a curse mayo recipe F or mock ad for reptilian ass?
What?
Yeah. She just said she'd check your prostate.
Probably. That's what we need these robots for. I need some AI in my ASS.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's
One of my
what.
good friends had a stroke a couple of days ago.
Ah,
So for his job, they're making him do blood pressure medicine, right? Because
They're
he
making
runs
him do it.
high, but he's not like high blood pressure, like abnormally high. He's just above the high range, right?
yeah.
But he's not like danger range ever, never been recorded danger range, right? But he's always running high, you know? So he's been on this stuff for like 15 years and it kind of quit working. And now they put him on a new one and now his head exploded. And Yeah.
And once you
Yeah, he's
get
like,
once you get it, what the hell?
but so check it out, and it's words of the girlfriend of mine's were just echoing in my head about how vasodilators. She's been working in an old folks home since we were in high school. She's 37 years she's been there, and she's increased her education levels and advanced in her career. And she's been telling me for 25 years, like just 12 years in, she figured out that when they changed the people's fucking blood pressure medicine, a percentage of them had strokes, and I'm pretty sure it's what happened to him. They just changed it, and it was too much. He was feeling lightheaded, so they were like, "Oh, you'd have a pill."
It's
But the way those things work, you know how
they mess with your
vasodilators
chemistry.
work.
It's I think wait, let me think here. Isn't it like Advil? It just makes your veins relax, makes them like.
No,
Or
it
it makes
doesn't
your
make them
blood thin? Does
relax.
it make your blood thin? Does it make your blood
No, it
cells shrivel up?
opens your veins up.
So it makes your veins
So
fat. It can
makes your veins bigger. Vasodilator.
vasodilator. That sounds like a cool metal band.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's a good way to get a look at your prostate.
It probably does give you leaky bowel syndrome, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you want to dilate it and look up there, it's put a little on a finger and digitally vasodilate somebody's rectum, I guess.
When you put
That would
Vaseline
be
up there.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Drugs are good and bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need them, but it's
they're
not
good.
good when you're dependent on them, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of money in those things. That blood pressure medication.
A lot of
Look
money,
it up.
yeah.
I think it's number 3. Like, what percentage of money is spent on that? It's fucking retarded, man.
You know what sucks?
They're killing us, rat. They're killing us.
The medicine that you need, like asthma medicine, that shit's and also what's that other one that you need when you got diabetes?
Insulin?
Insulin. Why can't we just, instead of feeding the world, why don't we just fund those 2 things right there? That'll make a lot of people live longer, be happy.
Well, there's a lot of people funding a lot of stuff. I think we need to look at the root causes of those things. Like, I think the diabetes would be completely different.
Well, we
if
can't.
there was better.
We want to destroy evil?
No.
I think we're doing it to ourselves.
We are. But, I have those narrow definitions of good and evil. Well, the broad definitions, I can say it in a sentence. Evil is all that increases the toil and struggle of humanity, and good is all that lessens the toil and struggle of humanity. And that's it. That's good and that's evil.
But then there's people, which...
Yeah, but so you're going to have people that increase the toil and struggle, and you're going to think that you're decreasing the toil and struggle, but in the long run, you're increasing it, and that's all about the struggle.
Also, sometimes you might think you're making it better when you're not. Sometimes the bad guy is the good guy, and sometimes the good guy is the bad guy.
Well, you wouldn't be able to appreciate a good guy without a bad guy. You wouldn't know what a bad guy is without a good guy. So there's a lot going on.
And also, you need sometimes to destroy stuff to make things, right? So maybe the destruction is there for an evil purpose. I mean, a good purpose. Like God flooded the world, and that's because there was some real big assholes out there.
That's why destruction isn't. It increases the toil and struggle of humanity, right? So nerfing the world, you might think, would be a way to decrease toil and struggle, but then you might make people so soft they're soup. So,
But then the soup
that's
will
why there's
evaporate,
necessary.
and then it will rain
What?
blood.
Yeah, Rain and Blood, man. Do you ever see that? You know that band, Slayer?
I like Slayer.
Ever hear that album? Rain and Blood. That was a good one, man.
Slayer was good.
Yeah. It's not gay if you're butt fucking your pal listening to Slayer. It's just two dudes getting some aggression out.
Oh, look, Dr. Sir, my crotch just came into the chat.
Hey, you got medical questions for him? Ask him that question.
What was your medical question?
No, you had one about what's the doctor looking for in your butthole.
Oh, very good. Dr. Sir McCrotch. It looks like on my screen it says Mike Erotic.
Yeah.
Wait, does it say Mike Erotic? No, it says Mike Rock,
Well, the
but it
H
says
comes it's later. I like Mike Erotic.
I'm opening up your checks now, Doctor. Doctor, what are you looking for in your ass when a doctor does when he does the finger in your ass? What is he looking for? And can I do that to myself? Let's see.
I said follow-ups.
So if you're just you just have to dig around your ass, and if you feel something hard, then good game. So why don't we start promoting dudes fingering their asses? It's not gay if you're doing it to yourself. It's helpful if you get your finger. While you're in the shower, go all up in there. You could test it yourself, and you could beat the man. We could take we won't be dependent on other swindlers sticking their fingers up in your ass. Because then they also suck your blood out, too. And they, let's see, Sir My Crotch sent me 96 cents. Thank you so much. Layaway for sis. She won a black one. What? All right, we got another check from Dr. Sir My Crotch, I think, here.
You're looking for prostate size and density, he says.
Also, can there be other things up in your? I guess if you're fingering your ass and you feel something hard in there, then you go to the doctor, and then he could finger your ass, and then he could do the X-rays and the blood work, and then fucking get the lasers or something. Ugh, life is hard. Life is hard, everybody. Layaway for sis. She won a black one, 96 cents. Another 96 cents from Dr. Sir McCrotch. We have one more. From Dr. Sir McCrotch. Wear a glove of self-inspect. You have to wear a glove? If you have to wear a glove when you finger your own ass, then what is the point of living? If you can't raw dog your own...
You might want to trim your nails, too.
That's a good point. Well, dudes, dudes I don't got no... Except my pinky. No. Mayo. We should sell Mayo anal cavity search for your health. And finally, layaway for sis. She won a black one. Dr. Simmercrotch, Fat Boy, Nuclear Vibe, 96 cents. Thank you so much for all of the checks that you sent to my P.O. box that went up in price like ×2 last year. But hey. Do you know,
Do you manage?
Do I what?
Do you manage your P.O. box online?
Do I manage it online? No.
Yeah.
I pay for it online, I think.
that's managing it then.
Oh, well, I thought you I was like, maybe they could put like a camera in there or something. I don't know.
Now there's other stuff though you can get, and you can get pictures and stuff. But all that's through your online portal. Okay, but you never have to do anything. So you always have to. What are you drinking there?
Guinness.
That looks delicious.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, Guinness only has 125 calories.
Yeah, it's practically,
Practically water.
you know, yeah, it's practically fat free.
God bless the
I haven't
Irish.
been drinking. Yeah. You ever try them Bell's beers that are like that?
Bell's?
Yeah.
Bell's beers. All right, let me look this up. I got too much beer
I
in my
think
way
the
home.
Bell's Dark.
No, I haven't heard of this, but I know beer, so I should. I consider myself a connoisseur.
Bell's in the can.
Hold on, let me look this up. If I look at it and I see it, I'll probably know it. Bell's beer. BELLS?
Yeah.
Bell's beer. No, I've never seen that. It reminds me of Boddingtons. You ever hear of Boddingtons?
Yeah, like Bonington Ale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Bell's beer like Boddington?
They got a bunch of different ones. I
No, it's
thought
not.
they had a can with the nitro on it too.
Ooh.
I thought it was so dark.
I had never heard of Bell's beer. I never seen this around.
Yeah. I like Bell's.
If I see it, I'll try it. New York City Bell's beer. Where should I move to, man? I can't live in New York City anymore. It's too expensive.
Yeah, I'll be back there Saturday, but I'm moving out. We're moving the whole office and Westchester compound out.
Wyoming.
Going south, buddy. Going south.
Going down south?
Well, you can grow for
Have a
2
good time.
seasons. You can get 3 crops on some stuff, and you need less firewood to get through the winter. And there's plenty of game around still.
You could just burn.
So
You could burn some mayonnaise, right? You can get a bottle of mayonnaise.
I just got some.
Should've
I
burned.
just got some Dukes today. I was a little sad that I'm leaving tomorrow because I just got a 30-ounce thing of Dukes today.
Rent my basement. No, I need to buy. That's that. I think that's adding a lot of depression to a lot of people. Like buying property is way too expensive. Like owning
Yeah.
things.
It's ridiculous.
It's a sad state of affairs out there. Society is
Your
falling
taxes
apart.
in Brooklyn are heavy compared to the rest of the country, but Westchester, the compound there, is like $24,000 a year in taxes. You know, I know people that don't pay that a year in rent,
That's crazy.
and that's just the taxes. The mortgages are another $7,000.
Like, is there gonna be a collapse of this and like a refresh, and everybody that bought for too much is gonna get screwed, and then everybody's gonna be able to buy, or is it gonna just keep going up and it's becoming impossible to get in? But then those people are gonna die. What happens when the people that own it die? Does it just get
But
passed-
Shar says they're about to tell us a bunch of stuff that's going to change a bunch of the dynamics of how things happen. Because the spiritual awakening and the consciousness is going to overwhelm a lot of things. So he's a pretty positive guy. Although it's not all positive. You know.
You gotta
There
stay
will be
real
some.
somehow. You know, you can't be 100% positive. Like a golden retriever is a cool dog, but I wouldn't trust that motherfucker with my kids.
I don't know. it depends on for how long. It's not like they're a cat. The dog's sitting there right by the body. The cat ate its face off.
Well, that's fine. Cats aren't stupid. Yeah, retrievers are dumb as shit. I don't want to kid around a dumbass dog. I want a smart dog.
You want a smart dog?
A dog that is happy and also sad. You need balance. And golden retrievers are they're like too damn happy. Do dogs get Down syndrome? Golden retriever.
So look, they interbreed dogs for markings, and some of them are the dumbest dogs. So there's like Downsy dogs. The worst scar I have on me from any animal was like, a fucking retarded dog. Bit the shit out of me.
What is the most retarded dog out there?
Well, this was a blue
I'm not saying
healer.
People with Down syndrome are retarded.
No, this was a blue healer, and it has been bred for marks, and it fucking gobbled me up, man. Made some fucking holes in my arm, and I had to like pry it off, It was one of them type deals. But it was retarded. There was no helping it. It got put down. I was one of the last stops on its way out. I was like, give it to me. I can fix any dog. But when I got the genetics on it, I was like,
poodles. I think poodles are. They gotta be. I don't like poodles are.
Poodles are the second smartest dogs.
Oh, they are?
If you look up on the trade of smart dogs. But some poodles are bred for markings. Might be number 3, depends on who's ranking, but poodles are actually number 2. You know what the smartest dog is, right?
I'm asking AI, what is retarded? We took that word back, right? Is that okay? Or is that
no?
Bad?
We're not allowed to say retarded. We're not allowed to do anything. We're on a brief pause. Okay. You definitely can't say retarded.
Oh wait, it's answering me. Okay, let's see what our AI friend has to say here.
Hey, gonna level with you like a trench fox from 44. The word you used isn't cool.
Oh,
it's outdated and offensive when talking about intelligence, whether for people or animals. Good. But I get what you're asking.
Oh,
you're probably wondering which dog breeds are famously not the brightest bulbs in the shed. So let's reframe. Here are some dog breeds that are charmingly dopey, derpy, or just stubborn in a way that makes training a challenge.
Dopey and derpy.
Afghan Hound. Gorgeous, aloof, and often doing their own thing. Intelligence,
doesn't matter how many films the Army makes about it.
Basenji, smart but doesn't care what you want. They're like tiny furry philosophers who escape from fences. Bulldog, lovable couch lumps, not big on commands unless food is involved. Chow Chow, cat in a dog's body, majestic, stubborn, and totally fine ignoring you. Borzoi, looks like it belongs in a painting. Brain? Maybe. Interest in listening? Nope. But remember, dumb. Dogs often just don't give a damn about our rules. Some are just too independent or bred for things that don't involve fetching slippers. Let me know if you want a fun chart of Dog Smarts F or a fake ad for stubbornest dogs of 2025.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I can't say retarded anymore. I'm sorry if I offended anybody out there. But there's no such thing as bad news, right?
Whoever gets offended is just retarded, bro.
Perhaps.
That's what it is. And it's like, the word cunt's horrible, but everybody thinks it's funny, except for a certain group of chicks.
Cunt?
And they're all cunts. Yeah, exactly.
Cunt's a cool word.
But
I like cunt, retarded.
Poodle seems stupid though because they get bred that same way for markings.
Yeah.
When they breed dogs for markings, they interbreed them, and that doesn't help with their smarts. And other than that, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't hear everything she talked about, but they don't know shit AIs about dogs.
No, she
Dogs
started off by
are-
saying that I was really being rude and stuff with those words. But then she's like, "But I know what you're saying."
Yeah.
She's like, "You can't say retarded, but we'll talk about derpy doopy dogs." So when is derp? Derp is a bad word. Was derp? Derp is offensive, right? Can you say derp in
I'm
Canada?
not sure what derp means. Like,
You don't know what derp means? You know why?
Because I'm derpy.
Yeah, you are. You just got derped on. You just got derped on. We got Just Synth 16-bit. Hot dog. All this music you can find on SoundCloud /like/Nick the Rat. If you want to find it, though, easier, you go to nicktherat.com. There is a button there for radio, I think, or some shit. Go to nicktheratradio.com. Go there, and then click on there right there. If you go to nicktheratradio.com, there's a SoundCloud likes. Yeah. Man, there's no rhyme or reason to anything in life. And, well, actually, there is a rhyme, but not much reason or something. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is Nick the Rat Radio, and you could donate to hear more of this. You don't have to donate, but I'm gonna. I always listen to No Agenda, and they always say that you gotta ask for money, and I always don't ask for money because I make a lot of money doing things for giant corporations that sell mayonnaise. It's very popular with the people. But if you like what you hear, you could always donate, or you could send stuff also to Nick the Rat Radio at P.O. Box 90549, Brooklyn, New York 11209. You can go to nicktherat.com, click on donate. There's PayPal links there. You could also donate on Twitch by using your Amazon account and give me free stuff there. Or you could put your credit card information in there if you're crazy enough to give that to Jeff Bezos. So let's thank some people. If there's anybody to thank. I already opened up all the P.O. Box mail. It was all from my doctor, which is good, right? It's good. Whoa, what the heck was that? That's weird. Okay. Donations, I read initials, notes, and donation amount. I'm blanking out here. Still thinking about my finger in my butt. We have one donation this week from KB for $4.19. It wasn't even $4.20. KB, where's that penny? KB, what's in the toy store? Let's see. We got a note here. Is there a note? Popcorn in the sewer. KB. Oh, there was a fee of 13 cents for that. That's not bad. A fee of 13 cents on $4.19, so I get 406. Is this code? 406 is code. Thank you so much, KB, for the donation. You are my one and only this week, which is a beautiful thing. Please, people, donate. I need money to buy a house. Can I put that on Twitch? Like I'm going to move to Wyoming donation goal. If you guys donate $1 million, I will move to Wyoming. Okay, let's see here. If anybody on Twitch, we got Ducky on resub with Prime. They've been sub for 66 months, 1 hour ago. Thank you so much, Ducky. Wait, what the heck was that? Duo Denim just resub with Prime. Servo. They've been sub for 9 months. It happened this minute. Foo resub with Prime. They've been sub for 46 months. That happened 6 days ago. Then after that was straight from Philly. But thank you everybody for all the donations. Yeah. The donations are weak this week. Damn it. Send more money into the sewer, people. You guys are all working. You all have jobs. You have stable lives. Don't you like the craziness that you find in the sewer? Don't you want me to spend more time down here? I don't fucking know what I'm saying. I was playing Witcher 3 all up a couple weeks, a couple days ago. Yeah, a couple days ago, I was playing The Witcher 3. It's on. You can watch me play on Twitch. Don't want to talk about that now. You know what? I don't want to talk about The Witcher right now. I want to say that you should send me money. Damn it. Send it to me now. All right. Okay. We're gonna listen to some advertisements because I got only one amazing donation this week. Actually, no, I got some checks from my doctor too. So let's listen to some advertisements. This is your fault, people.
Amazing coffee comes from amazing coffee beans. Everyone knows the freshest beans grow in the sewer. The darker the better, baby. Dark sewer coffee.
That's one damn fine cup of coffee.
If the rat is trapped in a dark sewer, he is not able to go out, and then isn't much of a doer. The only time he stops masturbating is when he is engaged in a conversation. Call her now and order some manure. Give a call, 917-9592-3.
That's not my fucking...
Nick is such a loser.
Fuck you. Fuck you. From the bottom of my heart. Let's listen to Bigfoot Beats. What do you expect at these prices?
Well, hi there, friends and neighbors. This is
Chet
Staff
Atkins.
Sergeant Don Sturgis giving you a warm welcome to another edition of Country Music Time, which is brought to you transcribed from Nashville, Tennessee, the hometown of country music, by your local Air Force recruiter in cooperation with this radio station. Country Music Time features nothing but the best in country and western music, and of course, only the top stars are on hand to provide the music for us. Now, here in person in this edition of Country Music Time,
They call me Bigfoot.
Ooh, that's corny. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Now it's time to end your life.
Nobody miss me. Don't you know I know?
Now it's time to... There's nothing there to say. Now it's time to end your life. You're tried before a jury. They ask you for a plea. You're tried before a jury. They ask you for a plea. Just last year, you
Got mail.
Why, people used to come from every place to listen to his words of wisdom on different things. Stuff like that. You keep a boy a washing a hog, and you keep him out of mischief.
May God help the future, or the fruit it will bear.
You know who said that? My grandpa. I was just sitting here trying to get the right idea for one of them new teenage songs.
Did I say something wrong? I said, well, halfway through. Nick.
I regret that I only have one life to give for my country. Them sons they said, oh, that's all right. You just take the one you got. You know, Patrick Henry jumped up and said, I know not what course others may take, but as for me, that all-girl course looks pretty good. was born in the swamp.
Preacher, tell them that Satan is real too. You can hear him in songs that give praise to idols and sinful things of this world.
What in the world are you singing about? Why, Ernest, I'm singing about Kentucky, the best state in the Union. The best state in the Union?
Kentucky is the best state in the Union. Biggest and the best there is, by God, is you.
Wait a minute, which did you say was the best state in the Union? Well, Ernest, come to think of it, I just love them all.
Who'd you expect with these prices? Chet Aikens?
Mr. DJ, can't you please play
Bigfoot.
Come on, Fred.
I wouldn't play better, even if I could. It ruined my career if I learned to play good.
Big problems in life is that just when you learn how to play the game, you're too old to make the team. Grandpa used to say,
When's the last time I'll buy a dog from a preacher?
Cut out all that yelling. Don't you know the British are coming?
Our drums and the British kept a coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago.
Increase said we could take them by surprise if we fire muskets till we looked them in the eye.
Our drums and the British kept a coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to watch a clip from TMZ. There was a Bigfoot sighting. Hold on here. Well, actually, I'm not going to play the video. We're going to listen to it. Because I'm just going to react to, yeah, that's what we're going to call this so I don't get sued. A reaction to TMZ. I don't fucking know. Let's listen.
When you look a little bit closer, while you do see that there is this very large creature.
No, it's because my pants fell. I'm sorry, lady. I have to say that. I'm legally bound to say that, so I don't get sued.
On two legs, which gets very exciting. You can also see that it starts to look more costumey, and the way that it moves is too human-like. You know, it's definitely not a bear. It doesn't look like anything that should be out there. But unfortunately, with Bigfoot, you get a lot of pranksters, you know, which makes it really hard for us scientists looking out for that irrefutable proof. But there's just something about it that is too human-like. At one point, it looked almost as if it was going to wave hello.
Huh. You can believe anything on TMZ, just like Alex Jones. Well, she's a scientist lady. With a monkey in the background. Who is this? Anthropologist and expedition Bigfoot star Mireya Mayo weighs in on a recent snap of Bigfoot. Okay.
You know, just its mannerisms, the way it crouched, the way it placed its hand. I suddenly felt like it was just going to start waving at us. And then it turns around. But the other part to that video that I
I don't
that
see
made me
I want to see the
question it
video.
was the terrain that it was in.
What are you talking about?
You expect something like the world's greatest hide and seek player, right, to be in this very dense vegetation, staying very hidden. This was in
That's not really what I thought it would be. Like if anybody got video of Bigfoot? It would definitely not be in America. Be in some deep jungle somewhere. Or in a mountain. Like a place where there's no people.
some pretty open brush area. And the fact that it hung around for as long as it did. I mean, I've spent years and years working with gorillas out in the Congo, and yes, they are very curious animals, and very times they'll stop to observe you because they're curious, they're smart, they're so intelligent like we are. And so you think, okay, is the animal like just being curious? But there was almost something too relaxed about the way that this creature just hung around before it decided to take off. I'm a National Geographic explorer, and I've spent my entire life looking for creatures that are either said to be extinct, have never been photographed or studied, and we're making new scientific discoveries all of the time. So, will we ever see a Bigfoot in our lifetime? I think it is certainly possible.
Let's see. Up next, Bigfoot spotted chilling in Oklahoma in viral video. TMZ, it's just all on the Bigfoot tip. Oh wow, look at that. Hanging out, he's eating a... Oh shit. You better run, dude. The motherfucker saw you. If Bigfoot... Okay, so... When the dinosaurs left the Earth in the spaceship, the reptilians, and they left back their dinosaur brethren, the T-Rex, Brachiosaurus, etc., whatever our names, raptors. During that time, they were also probably fighting mammalians, monkeys, big cavemen. They were probably giant cavemen back then, but their bones were big, but they were probably more brittle than dinosaur bones. That's why there's no fossil records. Maybe even there might be some fossil records of these giant mammals that existed too back in the day. So Bigfoot is actually a humanoid from this planet from billions of years ago when the dinosaurs were here. And they were all fighting and shit. And there was like monkeys slapping lizards and shit. And lizards slapping monkeys. We all played the video game Rampage. We know about that shit. That shit's real. You don't just make a game like that out of the blue. There's reasons for it. And this is it. And you see, Bigfoot was a mammal, a milk-making mammal. Monkey mayonnaise. And the reptilians and the mammals, they both went into space. And the reptilians came back for the mayonnaise. But Bigfoot, he is more of a specialized character. He will transport here to Earth, I think, using fourth dimensional powers. I don't think he's just hanging out in the woods. Hello, caller. How are you doing? Caller? Oh, wait, hold on one second. I got you muted. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hey,
Nick?
hi, Doc.
Nick the Rat?
Is this my doctor?
Am I live?
You're... I don't know.
Hello?
I'm not Dr. von Frankenstein.
Oh, I've actually got some words for that gentleman, if he's available.
I have a question for you, doctor.
I might have an answer, or I'll make one up. That's
All right.
how we
Well,
operate.
actually, I have two questions. We have what are you looking for when you finger your butt? Like, what are doctors looking for when they give a prostate exam? What are they?
Odd textures.
Odd textures.
Excessive size, like swollenness.
Swollen. Okay.
A firmness instead of sponginess.
It should be so. It should be spongy. Okay.
This is not medical advice. I mean, don't go fingering your butt and thinking you're some kind of a medical doctor. Okay, there, Nick. I mean, you could use a whole fist for yourself. You've been around the block, you know.
And that actually brings me to my second question here. What is a layaway?
Oh, yeah. So my little sis, she kind of wanted one of those Hitachi fat boys that I gave to my mom, but she kind of prefers a black one if she's gonna, utilize the nuclear vibratory expressions that it can give. Yeah, so we're on a layaway plan for her because I don't know if I'm really ready to commit. Buying your sister a vibrator, it's kind of weird shit, right?
Yeah.
But my mom loves hers. We just need another battery.
Okay, well, yeah, we could probably find one in the warehouse. Maybe it might be used.
I mean, the charger works, but she says it doesn't work long enough because, all that, bitches, I mean, females, they got to concentrate and, immerse themselves in the situation. It's not just a quick come and go kind of thing, Did I say too much?
No, they want to talk and stuff after. It's annoying.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Like
the movie's still playing. And she's like, I don't want to watch porn. And you're like, it's not porn. This is Barney, god damn it. Who the hell watches Barney with a bitch on their arm?
Barney's pretty hot. I'd fuck that Triceratops.
I mean, for purple, what was that? What was the Triceratops? What was that one's name?
Betty Boop.
No.
Baby Bop.
In the Barney, the whole I love you, Nick. You love me, Nick. It might have been Betty Boop. Because there was some weird-ass yellow Triceratops, her brother or something. What the fuck are we talking about,
okay, Doc,
Nick?
Doc,
my God, we got important shit to discuss here.
We do. I have to tell you something. It's June. It's Men's Health Awareness Month, and
It's also Gay Pride Month. Is that some kind of weird conspiracy?
I don't think so.
So you don't finger a butt?
I don't know how to. That's why I'm trying to. Okay, look.
Lots of mayo.
But what if the mayo is chunky and you
get the
misplace
little individual packets if you ask for them at restaurants or fast food?
Okay, let's
say,
flip.
hey,
let's
give me
flip
a packet
the subject
of that
over. Okay,
mayo butt lube.
Doctor, no, come on, Doc, please. Look. Let's, instead of talking about the anus, let us talk about the brain. Do you have any baggage that you want to dump off in the sewer? Because we're open to talk here.
Like you want to discuss that lemon party picture that I was like the front man of?
You were there?
I mean, don't Google lemon party, and that gentleman that led the way was kind of a striking resemblance, if I do say so myself, to Nick the Rat.
But doctor, I want to know what
I'm not a butt doctor.
makes you sad. Do you ever get sad? Do you have
Hello?
do you ever get sad, doctor?
Uh,
Well,
Nick,
I want you to spread it for me.
that's
Open up.
honestly, that's like asking a veteran if he's ever killed a man.
I did that once, and I felt really bad after.
It's pretty strong. I wouldn't say sad.
What
but I
makes
do
you want to
pity.
stop living? What makes you? There's got to be something that's like, you know what? Death is probably better than this. What makes you want to stop working?
Wow. That's pretty strong, Nick.
Well, I'm trying to break through to your other side. For Men's Health Month.
mental stuff is difficult to deal with because that's not my forte.
Well, you're an ass doctor, but like, how were you close with your parents? Do you have any issues with that, or money problems, or do you ever think about
what?
Like, what makes you go, damn?
I just wanted to hear Jimmy Walker Stillfish wanted to talk about the Joker. I mean, I didn't call in for this shit, Nick. Wow.
No, you have to. This is like why? This is like a serious thing though, because you're a man.
Yeah,
I think, right?
I totally understand, Nick. I mean, my patients of your podcast, they need to understand, to comprehend the potential or the
maybe an addiction. Do you have any addictions you want to talk about right now?
Masturbating with rats is not an addiction, Nicholas. So
why are you telling
discussing...
people about what we do? Like,
and?
Okay, so you're really gonna tell everybody about how we fucking jerked off together?
No.
Men's Health Awareness Month, everybody. Piece of shit. Infravolt Jungle Assault. We'll be right back. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Servo. Cambodian music. Maybe it's Cambodian. I don't know where in the world it came from. And on SoundCloud, CC by 3.0. Spread the culture. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. Back in the sewer. You know, life could definitely be very, very hard, everybody. Everybody, you know, sometimes nobody wants to talk about it, but it's hard. You know, it's hard out there. Everybody's having a hard time. Even the people that you don't think are having a hard time are having a hard time. People get old, their bodies fall apart. It's even harder when you don't have money. Again, if you don't got money, you're gonna die faster and in a shittier way. There you go, everybody. Hey, cheers. Cheers to the die fast and shitty people. I mean, even rich people. You don't even know who's rich anymore. Like you might see an actor, you'd be like, wow, an actor, I've seen them. They got to be rich. They might not even have a. They might not even fucking own a house. They might be renting still. They might have to. You might have to be. It's a hard life out there. If you ain't working, then you ain't doing stuff. So it's hard, man. It sucks. It sucks mostly because a lot of people are fucking jerks too. There'll be jerks out there working with a jerkin. Nothing's worse than working with a jerk. Because work is like part of your life, right? So if your job and your life has a jerk in it, then it's like, oh, shit. Fuck you, Bob. Man, that's the. If you ever have to work with a scientist named Bob, I feel bad for you because that guy's a real jerk. I have to look at your fucking face, Bob. Robert, Robbie, Bob. I knew some shitty Robs. Actually, you know what's funny? I knew some people that thought there were some shitty Robs out there, and I was like, I don't really care. This Rob's not that bad. There was worse people. Jeez, there's some. It seems like every. That's why my hopes for humanity sucks. I never had a job where I liked everybody there, and especially you, Bob. Which I guess is a given. But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if you could get a group of, I don't know, like 60 to 100 people together and nobody is an asshole? I think it's impossible. I don't think there's a person alive today that has a job where they don't think at least one or two people that they're working with. It's just like a complete waste of just like a fart, like. And that sucks because work is like your domain, right? Now, and you got to be there. It's part of your routine, your cycle, your steps, your building. And Bob, piece of shit. And no matter how much My day might be going well. I still have to see you. Fuck you, Robbie. Welcome to the Men's Health Line. Hi.
Did you know that you may qualify for a back medical device?
What?
If you suffer from back pain, you might qualify for a back medical device. We could sign you up right now if you want this device. It'll improve your back because it's a back medical device.
Can I take 2?
Yes, but I have to list off the common side effects. Are you ready?
Hold on, let me get my pad. I gotta take it out of my cunt. All right, go forth and read me these.
This back brace is not a medical device. It is not to be used. It is not to be placed on the back. This back brace, if used correctly, will cause kidney failure, back spasms, male pattern baldness, erectile dysfunction, and undue pressure on the taint. We're not sure why it causes undue pressure on the taint because it's nowhere near the taint, but yet the taint seems to get a heavy amount of undue pressure onto it when using the back brace. Also, slight baldness throughout the day will happen. This could be remedied by alternating taking on and off the brace during the day if need be. And then, but when you put the brace back on, you're probably going to evacuate your bowels instantly on the floor. We're not sure why that happens either. We're still in testing, but I don't know. Can I sign you up today for this back brace?
I'll take 3.
Okay. We're going to sign you up for payments. It's $49.95 for each back brace. There's an additional $3,000 processing fee, and on top of that, we're going to need shipping and handling in the range of about $6,000. So you said you want 3?
Is that $6K each?
Yeah, it's a fair price. It's market value.
Wait a second. Hold, Bob. All right, we'll take it.
Who did you say? Wait, who?
No, that's
This
Robbie.
call never happened.
Fuck you, Bob. I was about to get a good deal. I was about to get a good deal. Fuck. You know, sometimes you think that your day is gonna go good, then it goes bad, then it goes good again. I was going to the bank. I had to throw some money in the bank. I had a $10 bill in my pocket. Crisp $10 bill, which I crumpled, stuck it in my pocket. I was going to the bank with my bank card, and I stuck that in my pocket. And then I had something else, and I stuck that somewhere. And then I was going to the bank, and then when I got to the bank, I reached in my pocket, and I realized that my $10 was gone. Because I think I put my hands in my pocket at one point, and I pulled them out of my pocket, and then with my hands came the $10. And I was flabbergasted. I was retarded founded. I didn't know what to do with myself. I started to question reality, if the $10 even existed. I started to make up possible scenarios for where the money went. It's like possibly the $10 found a quarter, and the quarter and the $10 took a plane to Casablanca, or fucking Robbie stole it from me. But it wasn't him. It actually wasn't my... And then when I was coming back to the sewer from the bank, from not depositing it, lo and behold, Doth forth beyond my vision, I did view the $10 on the floor, and I picked it up, and I was like, this is a good day. And then I just imagined all the good things I could do with that $10, and then I got sad because I was like, I can't really do much with it. But hey, hello, caller. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just calling to say, fuck you, Robbie.
Fuck you, Robbie.
Fucking lame.
Asshole, Robbie. Piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. Fuck that guy.
Fucking, he's cunt. Cunt, Robbie.
Yeah, he is. Hate that guy. He needs to leave town.
Isn't it weird that you could wish harm upon others and it's typical? It's like normal to wish.
Acceptable?
I could think about Robbie and 3 other people that work here, 3 other scientists that I wouldn't care if they got hit by a truck right now. If they got hit by a truck, I'd probably go, ha, Robbie got hit by a truck. Now that makes me a really piece of shit rat.
Does it?
No, because Robbie's a piece of shit. And fuck Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie.
But the thing is,
fuck that guy.
Where do these people come from? And how do they...
I don't know. You've seen Idiocracy, right? That's probably where they come from.
Or their pecker.
Yeah, I was going to say, or they come from their penis. Unless Robbie's a tranny.
This is why I need to win the lottery. This is why I wish the people that had money got rid of the assholes. That would be cool. Like, because you would think that the person that has all the money would be the biggest asshole and be like, that guy's an asshole. Get him out of here. But no,
you would think that.
They just breeds more assholery or something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. But there's poor assholes and there's rich assholes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They don't seem to be that different. I think the issue is scaling.
Yeah.
Like they produce scales because they're lizard people.
Fucking lizard people. Lizard people and gigantic mammalians.
I think Robert is a lizard name.
Robert is the goo that comes out of a lizard's cloaca when they lay eggs.
Oh, yeah. That's what you want. You want that because it gives them... you want that in your dark sewer coffee.
Hold on. We have to ask AI, what is a lizard's cunt called in science? All right, there we go. I love AI. There we go. Let's get this. Where's it's making a whole fucking story for me. I don't care.
All right, soldier. Let's keep it in the realm of science and weird animal trivia. Right up our alley. In scientific terms, female lizards don't have what humans would call a cunt. The proper anatomical term for the reproductive opening in most reptiles, including lizards, is the cloaca. The cloaca is a multi-purpose orifice used for excretion, urine, and feces.
Multi-purpose?
Rob is a cloaca.
Yeah, big time.
A moist cloaca.
Moist? No. Definitely not moist. Dry.
A dry cloaca. That's even worse.
Sorry. Didn't mean to cough.
Oh, that's okay. I'm coughing too. I'm smoking this. Are you smoking weed or are you just coughing because you have, like, the coof?
A little bit of both.
Are you smoking weed?
I would never admit to that.
Oh! It's midnight in the sewer.
Oh, hell yeah. Midnight in the sewer. I was up at midnight last night in my own sewer-related shenanigans.
The moon phase has changed on my Casio watch. Do you wear a watch color?
Every day.
What kind of watch do you wear?
It is a... Where's the model? It's on the back here.
Are you just ripping the watch off of your wrist right now?
Yeah. Can't see it.
All right, now get out your magnifying glass and turn on a light.
Turn on, but it's lit. I'm lit.
This is why I like Amazon, because it's
Okay,
my
got it.
infinite receipt.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
It's a Casio TRT 110H.
Now let's see what we got here. All right, okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's a round boy. You got a round Casio. I prefer the squares. But okay.
Fair.
I
don't have a square, but I would also wear a square.
Have you heard
But probably
of
in more
aqua modding your Casio?
aqua modding.
Yes.
Am I changing the oil in it? To aqua?
People, apparently you could take a Casio watch, and you can open it up, and you fill it with oil, and then you close it back up, and it still works. And it changes the viewing angle on the
That
on
would
the
give
watch.
me like rancid oil on my wrist.
Well, no, you should get like something like silicone oil or something. You don't want to use. You don't want to use like you want to use something
You
synthetic.
want me to put motor oil in there?
But apparently, because a lot of people are like, oh, shit, won't that shit like drip out? It sounds like an April Fool's joke. Like, I don't believe it. I don't really think that you should be pouring oil inside your watch. They do it to the mechanical ones too, with like the analog with the fucking arms.
Yeah, it's so you oil up all your gears.
But it looks really fucking good. There's a lot of weird modifications people do with Casios that are really fucking cool.
That'd be cool. I really want one of the calculator ones because I've never had one. I just want one to see what it's like.
Calculator one's cool. I still don't have one of those, but I will own a calculator Casio one day very soon.
I had a whole list on Amazon of Casios that I wanted to order. Never got around to it.
You fucking nerd. Well, I did. I'm on my fourth one now, I think.
Oh, I'm the nerd, right?
Well, how many Casios do you? How many watches do you have? Just one, or do you have multiple?
I guess I have 4 watches, but 3 of them don't work.
You have broken watches?
Yeah, I do. I have a pocket watch somewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah, the pocket watch was really cool.
Casio should make
I
a
think I got
pocket
it
watch.
for like a homecoming present to
Wait a
wear
second.
to homecoming in high school.
You just gave me a really good idea, buddy. Thank you.
Casio pocket watch.
Casio pocket watch. That would be a good modification. That'd be cool. You'd be like do a custom. Because Casio, the best part about Casio, like $20 for a watch.
I know. I got this for $30 at Walmart.
There you go. And if you could just
I was
pop
really
that.
impressed because it has a vibration alarm.
Really?
I've never had so I
What's
can
the
set an alarm without, letting everybody know that I set an alarm.
What's the battery life on that? Do you know? Is it like 3 years?
I have no idea. I haven't changed it yet. And I got
Oh yeah,
it
this is this one you're
2.5
wearing,
years
right?
ago.
I could check right now.
Yeah.
Fucking, some motherfucker introduced me to Casios. I don't forget why I was looking at. I know I was looking at Casios. I watched this keyboard review girl that does, I forget her name. It's like Clicker, Click, Clack, Click. But she was reviews keyboards, and then she fucking did a review of the 91W, the Obama Osama watch, and then my this fucking Bob over here said, "Hey, look at these other Casios," and then I started looking at all the other Casios, and then I was like, I need like 4 of these. And okay.
Yep. Well, you got to have one for each occasion. You got to have your daily wear, then you got to have your I'm going out wear, and then you got to have your...
Oh, it has a 10-year battery life. That one vibrates? The watch you're wearing right now vibrates?
Yeah, it vibrates.
That's not even like one of the... Like, ooh, look at this.
It doesn't...
It has...
feature or whatever. Does it say it on the face?
It says on the face. Let's see here. It says... Yeah, it says vibration alarm on the face. But...
But they don't... I mean, I think it's a pretty cool, like...
No, it's a really dope
feature.
looking... I like the... Is it a negative?
It's not too big like the G-Shocks.
I don't like G-Shocks.
I don't either. They're too... I have really tiny wrists, so they look retarded on me. But they look retarded on most people, unless you have a big enough wrist.
Like a chunk.
To make it look...
I like if you're a
okay.
bouncer at like a club or something, like, chunk.
Yeah, you know, you got to have a nice big watch that's ready for action at the bar or at the club.
Do you take it off?
Yeah, I take it off at night.
I leave it on.
It's not comfortable to sleep in. At least I don't like it.
I sleep with all my Casios on. All 5 of them. They're on my toes, my wrists.
Well, you're from the sewer. It's not, out of character.
But now I do want to make a custom Casio pocket watch flip open thing. Have like a sewer.
Okay.
Have like a sewer cap on the top, and you open it, and then there's the watch inside. But like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bullshit.
Yeah, or you could also double as a sundial.
Oh, yeah. Oh, built-in sundial.
Yeah, how about that? Have you ever worn a smartwatch?
I wore like a Fitbit ripoff watch, like a $30 Fitbit.
That counts enough. It's a smart. It's not just a watch, so
but,
I guess that counts. What did you think about it?
The battery died too much. It was too hard to charge. Fuck that shit. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I hate that.
I don't want to charge my watch.
Watch.
I just want my watch to always be on. And like 10 years for a battery? Shit.
Yeah, if I need to know what time it is, I just want to be able to look and see what time it is, not, oh shit, I got to charge my watch.
No, yeah, that sucks. There's some of the watches have step counters also, but I heard the step counters are really bad there, especially for me because for some reason my arm always is swinging around, and so that would not be like a.
You walk more than you do.
I want to have a decent. I heard Garmin makes a good step counting watch because it uses like GPS.
It's called a pedometer, worn by pedo.
And I think the Garmin smartwatch lasts about a week, the battery, but I still don't want to charge my watch.
Yeah, but then you're gonna forget it. Day 5, you're gonna forget about charging it. If that, I mean, it could be day 2, and then all of a sudden it's a week later and your watch doesn't work.
Like, no, thank you.
I get so many comments on the watch too.
Really?
Oh, you're wearing an old school watch. It's so nice to see someone wearing an old school watch. What? Okay, yeah.
Watch is fairly new.
'Cause
Thank you very
it's
much.
true. I do see a lot of people wearing Apple Watches or an Android watch or whatever. They love it.
Ever since I started wearing, because once you start to get into something, that's when you start to notice it. So I have been looking around too.
Mhm.
Everybody's wearing the fucking Apple Watch.
Everybody is.
Every fucking anybody you see with a watch, it's an Apple Watch, and it's just very disappointing because if I ever see somebody with a Casio, I'm gonna yell at them like, "Yo, Casio!"
Yo, we could be friends.
No, we cannot. We'll just keep walking on our merry way. I'm not gonna even ask you
Yep.
what model. I'm just gonna keep going. But
I'm honestly not even gonna look at it.
I'll just know. I'll be like, "Yo, Casio."
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you see that guy. That guy, he has to wear a Casio.
It can't be a G. No G-Shocks either. If you're wearing a G-Shock, you're not getting the call.
No.
If you're wearing a Casio,
If you're wearing a G-Shock, you need to probably not be at the school. Don't be there.
do you have a? Is it the negative display one or
Negative display?
are the numbers white or are they black? The numbers.
The numbers are black.
Okay, cool. That's easier to say.
That makes sense now.
But yeah, you gotta check out Aqua Mods on Casios. It looks pretty sick. There's a you could change the display too, like from being negative or positive. So people have made like blackout watches that just look so amazing, and you could also rub off the any of the stuff on the band, like any of the words. So I hate the words. They put way too many words on these watches. Like, oh, this watch is water resistant. They put all the features as words on the watch. Like you were saying, like, oh, does it say on the face vibration?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it says here on the watch.
Oh yeah, it literally says 10-year battery, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
don't
It says
know.
the battery length. It says mud resist on there, so I didn't know mud resist mud. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of mud here, and that's kind of why I got it.
Oh.
I was looking for the right one at the the Walmart stand where they put the watches. And I figured this green one would go with everything, and it's muddy, and I don't need a metal watch here that bad. Although I'm
The
gonna.
metal watches, I haven't had one of those in a long time. But I remember having my arm hair getting stuck in the links on a metal watch.
Well, lucky for me, I don't have any arm hair, so.
What? Are you a lizard person?
No.
Sorry if there's ads in Twitch. I try to turn them off. Wait, what the hell? What the... Oh, that was odd. Where in the show are we here? Let me check this here. All right, we're doing pretty good on time, space, and feelings here. Do we have any voicemail? We might have some voicemails here. 917-719-5923. Oh, wait.
Estimated payments around $634 per month. We just need to complete the final verification. File is still showing as pre-approved.
917-719-5923.
File is still showing as pre-approved for up to $45,000.
Stop it.
Estimated payments around $634.
You know, my cell phone is basically not usable. I think I get about 10 bullshit calls a day.
Is still showing as pre-approved for up to $45,000 with estimated payments
917-719-5923.
Today is Tuesday, June 3rd, and your file is still in pre-approved status for up to $45,000 with estimated payments around $634 per month. We just need to complete the final verification, and you'll be able to choose from your 3 available terms. If that's already done, you can log into your secure client portal to finish selecting your offer. Press 2 now or call 855-535-0430 and ask for underwriting. Please note.
Who the fuck is underwriting? Who names their kid that? 917-719-5923.
File is still in pre-approved status for up
piece
to
of shit.
$45,000 with estimated payments around $634 per month. We just need to complete the final verification, and you'll be able to choose from
917-719-5923.
Hey, hey, Nick the Rat?
Me?
Oh my God, am I live? Not live. This is voicemail recording. Hey, buddy. All this talk about dogs. What the fuck does a rat need with a dog? Yeah, unless you're like a Nick the Rat listener trying to fuck it, why do you need a dog?
What are you talking about,
Nothing that size. Yeah, so advice on that. Yeah, rats are actually excellent pets, except they tend to shit everywhere. They're not really the den animals that cats and or dogs are, that tend to use the bathroom in a designated or away from the den or living space area. So yeah, rats, they shit everywhere. But they are an insertable size unless you get a large one, like one of those Norwegian bitches or something. But I guess that goes with humans too. Norwegian women are kind of tall. Anyway, yeah, so what I was getting to with the point of this voicemail, dogs are pretty cool, but rats rock. Or they rock your world, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. Or I'll just hear you mumbling, stuck in the inserted. Oh!
Hi, everybody. So yeah, this is like a show I do, a podcast. It's fun. Talk about stuff. And I don't really have any advertisements, really, other than from a couple of giant mega corporations that exist inside the darkest of the sewers of all the networks. I listen to other podcasts. I listen to DH Unplugged, No Agenda, Purple Stuff Podcast, Security Now sometimes, even though Waythorn pretty much made me realized that as smart as Steve Gibson is, he is still, making money. Let's listen to the biggest problem in the universe podcast with Dick and Vito. And at one point, they mentioned the Giggly Squad. Or somebody mentioned the Giggly Squad, I think. The Giggly Squad podcast. They said that they were the man version of the Giggly Squad. And I tried to listen to this podcast. And it was, I think it's like two girls they're talking to each other like about life, which is, that's okay. I was listening and I was like, all right, cool, sure. But there were just advertisements everywhere placed throughout the entire thing. And they'd play sporadically, like without any warning at all. It was very, like, I've heard podcasts where like it starts with an ad. You click play and the first thing you hear is just an advertisement. I fucking hate that shit, but at least it's out of the way, and then you can listen to the thing. But this Giggly Squad thing, it was like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm gonna do you what happened to me, but I'm gonna make it more entertaining for you because you know it's coming. B, I don't fucking know. Either way, okay. So here we go. This we're set up, and now you know the situation, and now we're gonna go into it. All right. Yeah, so the other night I was eating spaghetti, and then I looked at the string, and then I dropped some spaghetti on my crotch, and then I was looking at my crotch, and the spaghetti string was there, and then I reached down and I grabbed for it, and
Nick the Rat Radio is the best. All the other podcasts are not the best. Late Night Paranormal is the best. Mainstream media is not the best.
And then the string turned out it wasn't spaghetti. It was all bloody. I don't understand because it's. I'm not really a woman. I'm a boxer, and everybody completely believed that I completely was doing all that stuff there, and then they finally took a stick and they put it right inside of.
When you wake in the morning and you start your day yawning, you turn on the news, it's all bad. What do? Dark sewer mayo in your cup of cold brew. Dark sewer mayo in your cup of cold brew. Dark sewer mayo in your cup of cold brew. Dark sewer mayo in your cup of cold brew. In the morning we'll wake you up. Order today. 917-7195. 923.
That's the can I prove it? Let me see if I can prove it. Let's listen. I talk shit, so I should kind of maybe just show you, see if I'm right. You always have to check yourself, right? You do have to check yourself. So what did I call this thing? Let's go to the podcast index. Podcast index. Podcasting 2.0 is amazing. It's amazing what Adam Curry has done. I think Darren O even made the icon for this thing here. He's a titan in the industry. Giggly. I'll just type in giggly. Giggly Squad. There we go. There's two heads on a thing. These people are by Hannah Berner and Paige De Sorbo. Is that Kevin Sorbo's kid? I don't know. But it's listed under comedy. They're on episode, I don't know what episode they're, because they're doing it the legit way where they're not allowed to say the episode number because Apple said if you put your episode number into the title that they'll fucking ban you into the lands of Narnia. Let's look up, let's just do a Google search for Giggly Squad 2. Let's bring that up there. Giggly Squad. All right, yeah, we're not gonna watch this short. Let's just listen. Let's just hit play on their last episode.
When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing.
Now, when you hit play on a podcast, especially like Nick the Rat, that's the first thing you hear is just straight advertisement.
Finding the right tool helps, and that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of U.S. e-commerce. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/retail. Go to shopify.com/retail.
Who could listen to that? Who could hit... What part they? I don't know how many people listen to Giggly Squad. They have a Reddit. Let's see their Reddit. Their last Reddit post was 2 days ago. They had 8 comments, 12 upvotes. Yeah, that's big. You know, they're big. But either way, who could listen to a show that has that ad right at the start? Like, I would have to. And they put these ads throughout the whole thing.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to announce some breaking news from one of my favorite brands.
Ooh.
You know I'm a Lululemon ambassador, and I'm so excited that the Lululemon Align pants that I love, the ones I always play tennis with, they just updated them in the best possible way. It's called the Lululemon Align No Line pant.
Is this a second advertisement? Like, I didn't even... Yeah, I'm sorry, Servo. Like, what... These 2 entrepreneurs are making probably a lot more money than I'll ever see. I'm turning it off. I'm sorry. No, that was... Drink Guinness. Drink Guinness. Drink Guinness. Guinness is not paying me, though. Just drinking their lovely beverage. I spent $13 on this. But KB sent me $4.19, and PayPal took 16 of those cents or something. And I reclaimed a $10 bill. So I feel justified for something. I don't know. Okay, we're going to listen to a file saved, time omit, so we could clear our brains out of life. Come on, men. Come on, women. Come on, brains. We're in this together.
Have a seat and get ready to beat your meat. Bigfoot Assault is going to be ass-raping Nick the Rat tonight. That is right. I, Mr. Artificial Mystery Hombre, love telling stories of gore and assault. But I do like me some fan fiction where Nick the Rat gets raped by the mythical monster himself. So, if you got kids in the room, clear 'em out now and grab yourself a jar of mayo and slather that shit all over your groin. By the time this story is done, so will you. Guaranteed. Well, at least satisfactory. Now you quit my yapping and let's get into the story. Nick the Rat, a seasoned hunter known for his cunning and stealth, found himself on the trail of an elusive quarry. Bigfoot, a creature of myth and legend, was his target. Nick had spent years tracking the beast, his obsession growing with each passing day. Tonight, under the full moon's glow, he was determined to find his prey. Bigfoot, unaware of the predator stalking him, reveled in the moonlight. His massive form, covered in a thick pelt of fur, was a sight to behold. He was a creature of primal instincts, and tonight he felt a familiar urge. His member, hidden beneath his fur, began to stir. Nick, crouched behind a large boulder, watched Bigfoot with a mix of awe and lust. He had heard tales of Bigfoot's size, but seeing it was something else. His heart pounded in his chest, not just from fear, but from the primal desire that coursed through him. He licked his lips, his eyes never leaving Bigfoot's form. Bigfoot, sensing he was being watched, turned around. His eyes met Nick's, and a growl rumbled from his chest. Nick stood his ground, his body tensing. Bigfoot moved towards him, each step sending a shiver down Nick's spine. Bigfoot towered over Nick, his size and strength overwhelming. Nick felt a thrill run through him. He had always been attracted to powerful men, and Bigfoot was the epitome of power. He reached out, his hand trembling, and touched Bigfoot's fur. It was coarse and thick, a stark contrast to his own smooth skin. Bigfoot growled again, but this time it was a sound of pleasure. He reached down, his massive hand encircling Nick's waist. Nick gasped as Bigfoot lifted him off the ground, his heart pounding in his chest. Bigfoot's member, now fully erect, pressed against Nick's thigh. It was huge, bigger than anything Nick had ever seen. Bigfoot carried Nick to a nearby tree, his strength evident in every step. He pressed Nick against the rough bark, his body pinning Nick in place. Nick moaned, his desire growing with each passing second. Bigfoot's member pressed against Nick's entrance, and Nick spread his legs wider, eager to feel Bigfoot inside him. Bigfoot thrust forward, his member filling Nick completely. Nick cried out, his body stretching to accommodate Bigfoot's size. Bigfoot growled, his thrust becoming more urgent. Nick moaned, his body responding to Bigfoot's primal rhythm. Bigfoot's thrusts grew faster, his body slamming into Nick's. Nick cried out, his body overwhelmed by the sensations coursing through him. Bigfoot's member hit Nick's sweet spot with each thrust, sending waves of pleasure through him. Nick's orgasm hit him like a freight train. He cried out, his body convulsing as he came. Bigfoot roared, his own orgasm following soon after. He thrust one last time, his seed filling Nick completely. Bigfoot released Nick, his body trembling from the exertion. Nick slid down the tree, his body spent. He looked up at Bigfoot, a wicked grin spreading across his face. "Next time I'm hunting you," he said, his voice filled with lust. Bigfoot growled, a sound of pleasure and promise. He turned, disappearing, into the forest. Nick watched him go, his body already aching for their next encounter. He had found his prey, and he couldn't wait to be hunted again. "Well now, If that was a humdinger to make your cum a zinger, that's all I have in me tonight's sewer chat. So pack 'em in and we will see you next week on Bigfoot Assault.
Oh, jeez.
Adios, mofos.
Stop. It's Men's Health Awareness Month. Last month was Women's. I hope the women have gotten the help they needed. If I knew that the women needed help last month, I would have been there for them to provide all the help they need. We could have talked about breastises and ovaries and colloquias and ooh, Frau Froggy 5 folded piano improv while making toast. There you go. I try to add in a toaster sound effect at the end of that there. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio, where we are discussing dinosaurs in space that came back as reptilians to do battle with mammalian Bigfoot creatures that travel interdimensionally. The reptilians are coming back for the Mayo, and the mammalians are here to, I think, to party. I think that's why they're here. They're really not too you hear about reptilians, doing some horrible shit. Reptilian pedophilia, macadamia nuts, all go together. Bigfoot, beer, and screaming. That's cool. That's, Bigfoot wins. I'm down for a Bigfoot takeover. Much more than a reptilian takeover. Like, if you were saying who's going to dominate the earth as a dominant creature, reptilians or Bigfoots, I'll take the feats. Thank you. Because, the reptilians are they're going to fuck up the climate. They're going to make it cold or hot or some shit. The mammalian Bigfoots, they'll be like, hey, let's eat some Doritos. It might smell worse. Between a Bigfoot or a reptilian, the smell might be worse under maybe the Bigfoot, the big feets. They're gonna be stinkier. Eh. Sorry, I just had a mini stroke, I think, because my hand went into my pants. And, well, let's take a quick musical break. We already did do that. Let's take an advertisemental break. We'll be right back. I gotta really just clean up really quick. Hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. If we just.
Ain't a scrub brush, only in the darkest of sewers.
Look at you, Peter. But I saw you on television, sitting up there lying like a dog, couldn't answer the questions, high-siding and showing out for your buddies, all cute and sassy like, just making a mockery of our justice system. Do you spend your summer months in your bedroom crying, I want to be a girl, I need to be a girl, there's a girl in me? Do you have two different sex organs? Are you one of them hermaphrodites? Was you one of them little freak babies? You know what? Take this. Kapow! No, fool, I did not shoot you. I just slapped you with my gator hand, 'cause I'm the gator lady. Gator lady. Slapping that smirk right off of your face. Yeah.
Holy sh! What the? Did the ghost of Gator Lady leave me a voicemail? What the hell? Man. I gotta take a quick. Hold on. I need a segment here. Hold on. She's not alive. Gator Lady has passed. Do you know how I found that voicemail? I typed sexy into Google Voice and then hit search and just grabbed a random voicemail. I'm going to type the word men's health into my... No, men's health didn't come up. Let's type in men. Oh, wow, there's a lot of men. Let's go back to the earliest voicemail with men. Holy shit, this is a long voicemail.
Great news, Nick. CJ.
Wait a second. I typed in sexy. I got Gator Lady. I typed in men's health, got nothing. Typed in men. Went to the earliest one, got Gator Lady.
Here, I was able to get into the building, made contact with Rollo. He told me the pump test was total success, which means little old men throughout the land can have a new lease on life. I just am sorry that they don't know the price that was paid so that they can have erect peckers. So I told Rollo, I said, Rollo, you realize now that that test is over, they're going to kill you guys. But he told me, don't worry, he had a cunning plan. And he instructed me to grab a box. I said, what's in here, Rollo? He said there were some little mini pumps that they used during the test, and they perfectly fitted with his little pecker and his 29 little comrades. So anyway, I was able to release them. Took them home because their peckers were still sore. Let them rest up over the night. I fastened them some little hobo backpack-like outfits, and each of them took a red pump, and there was about 100 of them, so they had to split all of them up between all of them. I asked him why he needed 100. He said he was going to distribute them to old rats, give them a new lease on life. I'm just sorry that they had to pay the price of getting their little peckers whacked. They didn't whack them off, but you know they made them impotent. But with the pump, they can still get a healthy erection going. So anyway, I told them they couldn't stay. They could stay overnight, but I already have a problem with roaches. And I asked them, do they like roaches? They said they never developed a taste. So they weren't able to stay here and earn their keep. So I released them into the wild. If you see any of your little homeboys with red balls, you know that they were a part of that experience and paid a hell of a price so that old men everywhere could have
There you go, men.
peckers and stand up at attention. So anyway, I did my part. I wish I could have got to them before they snipped them. But all's well that ends well, and I released them into the wild. Okay, Nick, I did my part. See ya.
And here's the newest one with men. From 2023. That last one was from 2017.
Hey, motherfucker! It's me, Ned, not Kevbot. Fuck Kevbot.
What happened to Mr. Harmonica Man? I don't want to hear Mr. Harmonica Man voicemail. I'll listen to CJ. So Gator Lady CJ. That's what does CJ usually stand for? Carla Jane?
All right, soldier. Let's keep it in the realm of science and weird animal trivia.
Wait, hold on.
Right up our alley.
Hey, shut up, you silly. Let's ask Perplexity. What does CJ as a name usually stand for? All right? It's not even typing. I'm fucking... what does CJ as a name usually stand for? You got Charles James, Christopher John, Catherine Jane. I'm guessing she was a Catherine Jane. Catherine Jane, Gator Lady. Rest in peace. I shall carry your torch until the day that I completely just...
Jesus, this is loud. Hey kids, tired of old lame tomfoolery? Want to kick it up a notch? Well, start by melting those old fake plastic bugs you used to scare your friends with and buy new dark sewer real fake bugs now. These are the realest fake bugs you could buy to scare your friends with. Want to know our secret? Okay, they are real. Real fake, or are they? Find out now and buy a 3-pound bag of real fake bugs today. Order now, only $69.99.
Tornado Jensen. Distorted Rambles. I was talking to this guy. He seems like a cool dude. Maybe I should interview him. Whoa. That's cool. All the music you hear tonight is all CC BY 3.0. It's all my SoundCloud likes. I wonder what my excuse me, first SoundCloud like was. I wonder if I could find that easily. Let's see, services, SoundCloud. Go to my likes, views, or way to change the view from oldest to newest. Here are tracks I've liked. It's gonna take me 5 bajillion years to get to the bottom of this list. But there's no way to sort oldest to newest. So, yeah, I guess, fuck me, huh? I should email I have contacted these developers before, and they have added in something that I usually, when I search for music on SoundCloud, I usually search weekly. I'll do like a weekly search because, it's a weekly show. So I get new stuff. At one point, they took it away. It was only monthly. Now, when you do a search for a month, there's like too much. And I think they even fucking were joking around and they added like, hold on one second. Tracks added. They added in past hour, I think. It used to be day, week, month, year, anytime. And I was like, hey, can you guys add back in the weekly search? Because fuck you for taking that out. And then I think they put the hour, but I probably had nothing to do with that. There's probably like some shit happening. But yeah, you can't search. It's weird when websites don't add in like simple things like that. Like you would think that you could sort your view by date, maybe by sorted by name, or just fucking add in some AI into the thing. Spiteful devs. Could be spiteful devs. Ignorant something or other. I don't know. I am high as fuck. My dispensary has got some decent cartridges instead of disposables, thank goodness. So this has been hitting a jaunty vape cart. And I just bought this other one over here. The jaunty one is pretty good. I liked it. It was like $45 for a gram, and it lasted like 3 weeks or so. It clogged up a little bit. These vape, if you're a weed smoker, then this will make sense to you. And hey, why not give you guys a little insight into vaping marijuana? It's a cartridge night here as well. Are you using a what is it called, a 510 screw? Is it a cart? Is it a disposable? Is it with these carts? They do wacky things. There's some of them clog up. Some of them you have to like suck on it. Like this one. This jaunty, it does clog up, and if you suck on the ceramic tip, it won't make enough of a suction. So you have to suck all the way down to the glass or plastic part to complete the suction, to clear the oils from wherever the fucking heat hits it. The 510. Yeah. And then I'm using it's like gooey. It's a cruise goo or something. Ooze. It's a cruise ooze. I could change the battery temp 3 settings on it. Let's see here. Yeah. I usually just keep it on the lowest temp. Yeah, I like that one. Another thing is you have to clean it, so you need some alcohol to clean the tip. Sometimes if it doesn't hit, you have to run the cartridge under hot water. I've hit about 5 different issues with smoking these things, and you have to figure out how to fix it. So if you ever buy one of these and it doesn't work, first see if you get like a pull sound. And if you do, but you're still not sure, make sure your mouth encapsulates the entire thing. Then another thing you try is run it under hot water for like 10 seconds or so if it's really hot, and to get the ooze goozing. Another thing you could do is there's a little contact nib at the bottom, a little thing. Now you have to get your tweezers and you have to pull that thing, because sometimes that doesn't make contact with the contact in the battery. So you have to like dig into it with a tweezer and pull it out. You feel like a fucking crazy crackhead trying to inhale chemicals. I don't even know. Why am I doing this? Because I am. Yeah, the disposables, man. Such a waste. Such a fucking planetary plastic baloney. Blah. Ooh, blah. But, all right, everybody. It's midnight. The next sewer over. Yeah, I think I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna play a round of Dota 2. Smoke some weed, finish this beer. Yeah, I still got a whole Guinness left. I was drinking some other beer during the day too. Man, beer is a lot of calories. You gotta watch out for those calories. But you know, you get like one small meal at McDonald's. That's like it's like a 6-pack. So don't go get your fast food. Go get some beer. PFAS. Man, I had a lot of stuff to talk about tonight that we're not going to get to. We're going to have to get to I was getting up there. About 6 inches tall. I was about 185 grams. I was getting around 185, 180. I'm down to, I hit 169. It's, the best time to weigh yourself is when you have to poo, because it's really cool to lose a pound or two in minutes. That's always fun. The best part about trying to lose weight is you save money. Most of the time, you're gaining weight is from eating fast food that cost way too much. Because fast food tastes so good because they slap in all that extra goodness, calories, oil, grease. But yeah, it's crazy. When you look at the calorie intake you're supposed to take, it feels like you're in prison. It's like, wow, I'm in prison. It's very hard to control what you stuff in your face. This is a common thing between men and women. I think men and women have a lot of similar issues with life. I think food is probably the number one thing between the sexes that they have issues with or enjoy. I think food is just, you need food for life. It's been a crazy Pride Month. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Witcher 4 in the Unreal Engine. There was the Unreal Engine 5 demo, which was in the world of Witcher 4, but it wasn't Witcher 4. But that demo was fucking crazy. They were showing, they were doing some breakdowns of the horse and the bone structure and the muscle structure. But it's still the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine is good. But, there's other stuff. Food definitely fills. Oh, man. And also, it's easy to... Because when you start to feel like shit, it's usually because you're sleepy or you're hungry. Okay, so sleep, I'm sure actually a lot of people are suffering from sleep deprivation. I sure as hell know I am, because I think I have a fear of death. So I want to live, and the more I live, I can't sleep. You can sleep when you're dead, because when you're dead, you can't live. But when you're sleeping, you're not living. You feel like you're wasting time. But if you don't sleep, then the time you're awake is going to be wasted, because you're going to feel like shit. It's a really vicious cycle, life. Life is a vicious balance. It's like a scale, like a vicious scale. And you have to... I think most of us, our scales are really, 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 really fucked. I would say most people's scales are totally fucked. I think most people don't even realize that there are scales. But yeah, I think life is a series of scales. Scales series. Because the reptilians... Reptilians are here. And they have scales. Positivity could work, though. This is the weird thing about life, is that you could build your own reality, sort of. But you can't, though. You could, but you can't. I'm not gonna say that the wish or just believing in something's gonna happen. You have to be... I do think that you shouldn't complain about your life. You could change your sphere of influence locally. And I've been hearing like, oh, if you squeeze a lemon, what are you going to get? You're not going to get Doritos. You're not going to get mayonnaise. You're going to get lemon juice. Whatever is inside of the thing is what you're going to get. So if you have a bad out view of reality, then you're going to get a bad reality. But I can't get around that most people are incompetent and unfeeling, and it's annoying. And a lot of people care about shit that is in flux, that there needs to be structure to life, but like an hour or two for something that's not going to matter in the end, you could go fuck yourself. Go take a shit. Go have a bowel movement for something that's not going to affect reality. Go have a bowel movement. And if it is going to affect reality, then let people know why. Don't just say, wow, you affected my bowel movement, without saying that you have an issue. You were backed up for 4 weeks and this bowel movement needs to happen like a fucking airplane landing. Otherwise, Bobby could go fuck himself. Daztech faded out. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week. Cheers.
What if the hadrosaur didn't die off? What if some of them survived that extinction and continued to evolve?
I could well imagine this creature giving rise to a more complex life form. Certainly the building blocks are there. Bipedal, grasping hands.
Computer, run a genome projection algorithm. If the hadrosaur had continued to evolve over the last 65 million years, extrapolate the most probable appearance.
Extrapolation complete.
Don't kill animals! Rats have rights! But